We're on air again. Greetings, queer beings. Greetings, supreme being. Welcome to Universal Peace Radio. Still having dinner. This is actually the end of the dinner, so I just call it dinner two for fun.
I take this.
So it's okay to erase the previous video or not. Well, it contains some evidence of directed energy weapon torture in the video. The film was visible only very tiny. I put it on 528 hertz, so that's why I tend to download videos nowadays before I watch them, and then I can erase them afterwards to get the healing 528 hertz. But Birdie, I don't know if Birdie, the film of the book of William Martin, has 528 hertz music. I can turn on the soundtrack I love of Birdie, Peter Gabriel, in the background. And we see many people that mix their broadcasts with music, and then the music is not usable. It can be solved. The quality is too abominable, and everybody can download the videos on YouTube, etc. So there is not really any copyright infringement. Only if you start selling soundtracks that are practically original quality, then that's definitely stealing. Anyway, copying is multiplying, erasing is stealing. Peter Gabriel. So I love these soundtracks for the Last Temptation of Christ and also Birdie. Really great. Under lock and key. I don't know if it's already 528 or if it's 440. I think it may be 440. Synthesizer. This is pitched up 0.9. So I think they're torturing me and my father to death with remotely controlled centipedes with high MEMS, hybrid insect microelectric mechanical systems of DARPA. There you are next. Everybody is controlled with torture, not just with fear. And it is done with HARP. How many people pretend it's done with satellites and with cancer cell phone radiation, etc. So I could choose to be silent about HARP, but I think they're torturing me to death anyway, so I choose to voice my opinion about the depopulation to 500 million. Or B.C. Hoffman. And the pedo perps in your heads won't tell you their name because they're not bona fide law enforcement. They won't tell you their location like I do. Then I can take loads of countermeasures, but as long as they keep on attacking me, it won't be effective at all. Anyway, great album Birdie. I also read the book by William Martin. Uh, Checking if my camera is on, then I can send up screen share. because I'm not wearing pants, because the type of cancer they're inducing with HARP grows faster when you're hot, basically, though sweating out stuff and things like that might also help. What I have read is it's best to keep the body parts where you have B cell lymphoma cool, though it might be a lie, so we might be bathed in lies by the mainstream media, because they also claim that colloidal silver doesn't effectively kill the Ebola virus, which it does. It's scientifically proven by UCLA and by the STRA, Strategic Threat Reduction Agency. And the reason they don't want people to smoke, Obama is a smoker as well, supposedly, Marlboro man, Marlboro Toro. Anyway, they don't might want us not to smoke to prevent us killing their new bacteria, their designer viruses like their Ebola, Lassa, Tegmera, Chimera virus, and they've done it 3 times now. Each time I talk about smoking, they make my voice fade and trying to control muscle movement to let you hear that I wear dentures. Let them make clicking noises. So the satanic elders, Bob Bergoglio, are fucking girls every day, eating infants, etc. And other people are deprived of any lover and totally tortured to death. And of course, vegetarians are terrorists because they claim it's based on their lie that Hitler was vegetarian, and that's why I'm also a potential terrorist. I love some of the items I bought on eBay, so thanks for offering them for sale. And on some of my previous videos, I look really dorky. So at the moment, today I've been sleeping for a while, and I'm using a new vibrating machine, which I've recorded to check out what frequencies it uses in several positions. So I've cut down on sugar a lot, practically no sugar today. And I've eaten some cucumber and beets for breakfast, and I'm eating celery, all kinds of things to get rid of excess moisture in my body. Putting ginger in the tea, yogi tea, and also some cinnamon. I like less ginger in this one. More cinnamon. Because I've had not too much ginger already, I think. I think many people drink You're taking my throat with their hybrid insects, so they're totally controlled by DARPA with the HARP. Anyway, they're all brain controlled, so that's why I'm almost no viewers and I can say whatever I want. Okay, so perhaps not in my father's body, but people have mailed me that they think they've centipedes in their body. And I think you have no way to get them out. More music. Someone on. System sounds on. Universal peace. Fairlife synthesizers. Nice. Well, I'm almost dead, as you can hear my voice. Or at least I can hear it. I feel it also, your whole body is hurting. Irritate regularly with directed energy and you know you're gonna die. Especially if you hear the centipedes clicking your throat and feel them bite your anus. You catch some and they make insect bites all over your body and you have the markings of these centipedes in the shape of the centipede in your feces. And then the doctors still deny you have these centipedes and you know they're in on it. Oh, no. Show them my penis in protest. Ah, okay. They're gonna notice any smell, any idea, any emotion. So if these people that did the shootings were controlled by the NSA with synthetic telepathy.com, and these people themselves are innocent because their brainwave is electromagnetic, people still don't recognize the fact if they are controlled by someone else, they are not responsible for their actions. And you know they lie about it because they pretend that you are insane if you hear voices in your brain, which anybody can induce with a neural phone, special spy store version. And in supermarkets, they're also using the new technology, so you hear these messages intracranially on your skull, and nobody else can hear them. So I think it's not going to happen that Iran won't attack Israel the 12th of February this year, 2015. I'm still taking my throat. So then you don't need a radiological water filter, storable food, colored silver. If they do it, of course you would need it if you would want to survive. But who would want to survive a third world war? You know, many people wouldn't want to survive. And nobody without a Tesla plasma shield could. Which people that are attacked with which people that are attacked with cancer, heart, with directed energy weapons, scalar weapons realize. Other people that don't know about wireless energy technology of Nikola Tesla might not realize or believe to be able to make it happen. So perhaps they believe they can move the glass with their mind power, that what they think matters, not what they do. Well, I mean, see, the opposite may be true. Mind all matter. And I don't believe we're all dying, that everything is energy. So there is a way, there are infinite ways to become eternal. No, I don't like it either. If you don't like it, I don't like it either, probably. So if it's not the one responsible for the death of my mother caused with HARP, then I don't want him dead. That's the idea. And even if they are, and death is death for eternity, that's trillions of years. So it's a heavy punishment. And you could argue they didn't torture my mother to death. Uh, they didn't murder my mother. Of course, if they gave her brainwave, they've tortured her severely. They've also done to her what they did to me. It makes a difference. And perhaps if you are baptized in a Protestant church, then that's enough reason to kill you eventually anyway. So the Jesuits have sworn to kill all Protestant Christians. And everything I say is wrong anyway. So then we can be happy I only have 1 or 2 viewers every time. Or whatever. Now it's hot in my studio, it's warm in my room. I might do a broadcast without my t-shirt on and stuff. It's allowed as long as I don't show my penis on YouTube, I think. And I think that's normal. There are other channels, porn channels, etc., where people can watch naked people. Well, it makes YouTube basically, where you can get real information and data, things to save your life. Knowledge equals power. So sex can also be tremendously healing. If they don't get silver, they might die anyway, you know. So I verified it, and it's true that the amount of Ebola deaths has gone down. Only 100 new cases in that week. But okay, then the idea is 100 cases, and one of them could potentially infect us all. So they've injected it into people in Africa, and allegedly it started with patient zero. You can check it out also via Dabu Seven's channel and Jane Burgermeister's blog, WordPress, and Zeitgeist 77 also has great information. So these three are sources where you can get the best data, information, news on the web that I found through the years. And InfoWars as well. So I definitely don't watch mainstream media a lot, only to follow really recent news, and also Ebola, because many people thought, and some still think, that it could be the main depopulation method besides HARP. Oh yeah, fart on the mic. They can control when people fart with HARP, and fits in with the program. So okay, if you laugh, even if you laugh at me or pretend to laugh at me, whatever, I realize you all can torture me with HARP. That there's somebody in control of it. Could it be Paul Bergoglio, President Obama, or Mr. Rockefeller? Or is it someone else? How you like me now? How you like me now? Stop the broadcast. So my theory is that the quantum computer is creating every frame. That's also why the frame rate is so low. And they're just making me look worse. Is that overlay, which is not working for me somehow, though I have a fast computer. Perhaps if I turn off virtual DJ and use the special effects, let's see if that works. Turn off virtual DJ and restart it fast if I want to. So if I sit up straight, and I look more like this, so I can't go too far with that. But in reality, I don't have titties, not big ones at least, and I think all males have some things, they need some nipples basically. And I've also seen pictures of males with big boobs on via Google. And there are websites for people only like fat people, basically to date fat people. They don't want skinny ones, and now it feels better with a fat person with a skinny one. Um, yeah, because I said on my previous broadcast that B-cell lymphoma grows faster in a warm environment, basically. They've made it warmer in my room. And they can alter the temperature instantly, practically. They can freeze us to death in endothermic mode. And it's all explained in 12 Things You Should Know About Scalar Weapons by Christy Verismo, Commander X. Commander 6. Oh yeah, testing Google Effects. Opening Google Effects downloading app. Try horns. Horns should be on now. I don't see them. And it was working first time I tried it with the crown. But I should be more in the middle of the camera. Not working. Which makes me think that they're doing the other thing that I talked about even more, basically, but it's not easy to prove. Okay, so how to create a perfect society in which we all will live happily eternally. Well, I've explained how to do it, to use the new technology, synthetic telepathy, enforce the law instead of depopulate the earth in violation of the Genocide Convention, using people that are partially unviable for tasks that they can perform, so they get a positive value anyway. You can still do things with the computer.
Ik mis een plastic dekseltje van dat Eriksworteldoosje van mij.
Mieringsworteldoosje.
Ja, waar
I'm doing sort of itching on my back. I tried to break my arm, so that's why they gave me the itching, so that I do this. And let my father break my arm like this. So they're all brain controlled, with synthetic telepathy to a great extent. And the only thing that might give them self-control is my hypnosis and some other people that have exposed them, etc. You have total self-control. Super funky califragisexy. En smakelijke voortzetting dan. Hurting my leg. Make me turn off the camera. Pedos are also attacking my brainstem with the cancer harp. And they're attacking my leg at this moment. I'm eating pineapple, which has some bromelain, and quinine. It's interesting that these good news sources have the number 7 in their web address, which according to controlled opposition, Fritz Springmeier also is connected to their torture programming, which can come back 778 times stronger if you try to mess with it and stuff like that. Let's listen to Dabu 7. Interesting name also.
To the world stage, especially when it comes to Bibi or Netanyahu and Obama. We have had white theatrics, so to speak, when it comes to the world stage, especially when it comes to Bibi or Netanyahu and Obama. These two have seemed to have never really liked each other. It's just gone downhill further, further, and further. And what we've seen here recently, we've seen the death of the King of Saudi Arabia. There's been a shift
Perhaps they want us to believe that they're all
in
just with
the power
control.
balance inside of that country. And what was happening this whole time is we were witnessing Saudi Arabia crunching the oil, trying to squeeze out all these other players, especially the U.S. shale industry, trying to make it fold one by one. Because anything below, say, $70 or so a barrel starts to cripple them. Saudi Arabia knew this. Obama knows this. But what Obama did was snub Israel's president. Okay, this is also one of the reasons he didn't go to Israel or to France during these attacks. None of the White House guys did. None of them did. If you guys remember, they were questioned about it. Why weren't you guys here at this march? This and that. They weren't there.
Let's see if Dabu 7 is something
Now,
about the Ghost
we
facility.
come to find out, as it reported yesterday or the day before, that the Mossad broke ranks and apparently tried to go around the White House and directly to our
Let's scan our
Congress and
brains
set up a
so
deal.
they know what I
Well,
find the
now
best
we have
news
even more
sources
information
anyway.
coming to light now. White House is saying that what indeed happened was Netanyahu orchestrated this whole thing because he refuses to meet Obama. It's out in the open right now. He says he doesn't want to see this man, meet this man, nothing. And what the White House says, and this is their words, that the leader of Israel spat in our faces publicly, and that is no way to behave, and that Netanyahu needs to remember that Obama still has a year and a half left to his presidency, and that there will be a price. This is the threat that the White House just dropped on Israel and the Mossad. I hope people are paying attention to what's happening here. on this world stage, as we've seen 5 bomb threats in the past 24 hours here in this country, in the mainstream media not saying nothing of it. Something's in the works. I can feel it in the air. And right now we have a feud between the leader of America and the leader of Israel, so it would seem, out here on the world stage. So Obama trying to go to India, do all these things, strengthen ties with all these other people. You notice he's going to India. India turning out to be a key player with their nukes and all their people. And being in the vicinity of China over there. So what we have now is Israel, well, the president absolutely refusing to meet Obama in the White House, saying, well, they went around us. They went behind our back and tried to set up a meeting with our Congress so that he could give this speech in March. So apparently all this is supposed to go down, and they weren't going to let the president know about it. He wasn't supposed to catch wind about it till, I guess, now. And what it really comes down to for me is that I want everyone to know that the president of Israel is ticked off at the president of the United States for whatever reasons that they have, and they're pretty pissed off at each other. White House cussing because of this whole event of Netanyahu trying to set up a meeting to speak about Iran's nuclear stuff in March and go around the president. So they're saying that they were livid. To me, the key thing about this whole thing, when you boil down the whole world stage thing, is that Israel is ticked off, or the Mossad is ticked off at the United States. And we know what happens, what kind of events happen or come about when old Mr. Mossad and company don't have it their way. Now, like I said, Saudi Arabia, Israel here, going back and forth on this front, 2 huge key players in the game. And I just want to put it out here and let everybody know this is the crime and punishment for the Islamic State and Saudi Arabia. I'll name them all since you guys can't see them over here. Blasphemy, acts of homosexuality, treason, and murder will get you death by both. And the blasphemy is insulting God or the prophet or the religion. Now, slander or alcohol drinking will get you 80 slashes by ISIS.
The God is dead.
And it's up to a judge.
God is almighty, as well as if the prophet is dead.
Adultery.
He cannot lie anymore, he can be insulted.
Both groups. Adultery, if not married, 100 lashes by both groups in exile for a year
claiming God is dead.
ISIS.
Simple.
Stealing. The amputated right hand in Saudi Arabia.
God does not
It's
exist.
an amputated hand, period, by ISIS. Now, banditry, meaning you're stealing things like bandits and taking off left and right or something. They're saying amputation of hand and foot. And when it comes to murder included with that banditry, murder and death together, they have crucifixion, is what ISIS does in death in Saudi Arabia.
I think we should be close to one another.
From both of those countries handed down. Well, both those countries, I should say the country of Saudi Arabia and the group of ISIS. You guys remember the video I put out a while back on the backup channel on the very first group I ever seen or heard? The Israeli Secret Intelligence Service.
I slept sometimes. I don't look as bad anymore. Well, sorry, I did.